If you find yourself in the dark night of the soul, I have an encouraging word for you. So hang with me. We've been talking about worshiping God day and night, meaning through the good and through the bad. And there's a story in Acts chapter 16 that reminds me that when we choose to worship in the dark, like in those dark seasons, that the enemy is rattled. And there's so many things that happen in the spiritual realm when we choose to worship in the dark. So the story is found in Acts chapter 16. Paul and Silas, they're doing ministry. They're in Philippi. Good things are happening. They're sharing the gospel. They've just delivered a young girl from demon possession, and they find themselves in prison. And so it is midnight, it is dark. I'm sure their wounds have not even healed from being beaten. They find themselves in a cold, dark prison, and they're surrounded by other prisoners. And Paul and Silas, in that moment, choose to lift their voices in worship to God at midnight, still in pain, and yet they're loving on Jesus. And the Bible says that suddenly an earthquake rattled the prison foundations, the doors fly open, and their chains fall off. They're free. And I'm reminded that when you and I choose to worship in the dark, that things in the spiritual realm happen. It may not be as suddenly or as dramatic as when Paul and Silas were in prison, but I promise you that things happen. Number one, Jesus is exalted in our praise, and it's a beautiful, beautiful expression when we're able to lift our voice even in that dark midnight hour. I believe that we are encouraged when we choose to lift our voice in praise and worship to God. But I want you to hear that there are things that happen in the unseen realm. The enemy is rattled. The enemy is confused. I believe the angelic is released. We don't always see these things. We don't always see them immediately, but I want to encourage you that it is indeed happening when you and I choose to worship in the dark. He is worthy day and night. And so if you find yourself in the dark night of the soul, weary, I would encourage you, like Paul, like Silas, choose to lift your voice in worship and praise Jesus, because it rattles the enemy.